In the name of Allah, welcome to a new session. In last session, we spoke about variables scope. We had three different scopes in PHP variables: global variables, local variables, and static variables. After that, we need to learn PHP echo and print statements, how we can get outputs in PHP. So we have two different methods. One is the echo, another is the function of method. Two different functions for getting output or displaying message, displaying text, or displaying results of queries using PHP. So with PHP, there are two basic ways to get output: echo and print. So in this lesson, we will speak about both of them, echo and print also. We worked on them last times in last sessions, and you will face them to match in your programmings. Why? Because for embedding in HTML or getting output of HTML, you need to know print and echo. So how they works? Echo and print are more or less the same. They are both used to output data to screen. So they are generally the same, 19% working in the same way, in the same concept. And the user says, or the main goal of using these two is to get output, to display something on screen. Display something on screen. So there is a small difference. What's the difference? Echo has no return value while print has a return value of 1, so it can be used in expressions. Echo has no return value. Echo is a void type. Echo is a void type. While print has a return value. Return value of 1 and can be used in expressions. When we have expressions like calculations, arithmetic calculations, logical calculations, and also the comparisons ones, then we can use the print. So it has a return value of 1. Echo can take multiple parameters, although such usage is rare, while print can take one argument. In echo, we can combine or we can put different arguments or parameters. But in print, we have only one parameter. So print accepts only one parameter. So analysis says that such usage is rare. What means that generally programmers don't use multiple parameters on echo. Print can take one argument. Echo is marginally faster than print. Echo is faster than print. So if you have a long output, a long text or an expressions or a query that generates lots of data from database, then echo is more efficient than print. Why? Because print takes a bit more time to generate or to compile records, to output records. So, and also the echo statement, we can use echo with or without parentheses in two ways: with or without parentheses. When you are using with parentheses, then you can do and put multiple parameters, multiple arguments. But when you are using without the parentheses, so you can't put multiple parameters. But you can combine with dot operator. Combine multiple texts, multiple outputs in single echo statement. And there's an example. These are all echoes with multiple values, single values, and with double quotations for single quotations. Here is echo H2 PHP is fun. Hello world, I am about to learn PHP. This string was made with multiple parameters. So for using multiple parameters, you can separate it using commas. You can have multiple values. But in print, we don't have this. You don't have multiple parameters. So multiple parameters with multiple values. Combining multiple values. In print, we don't have, but in the echo, we have it. So let's examine this. For examining, we must open our code editor and let's copy paste it to avoid time consumption. So let me delete this part. This echo. put in these things, and let's open this. I think it was in class project test form. See, we have outputs here. Hello world, I am about to learn PHP. This string was made with multiple parameters. We have multiple parameters on this. This is another one parameter. This is another parameter. Was another parameter. Made another parameter. And the last one is another parameter. We separated all of them with commas. It will continue until the semicolon. Why semicolons? We said that in PHP we terminate statements with semicolon. So that's a termination delimiter that we use to terminate our statements. So this one works fine. Why? Because we have multiple columns. But in print we don't have this. You can use the print. You can put, but this will generate error. It says now there is a comma is error. Say that unexpected token, comma, unexpected token, comma. Why? Because it doesn't accept multiple parameters, but echo accepts multiple parameters. So let's go ahead. And also you can display variables. So this was about to display text, and now we can display variables using the echo statement. Again, you can do it in two ways. One, directly putting the variable inside the echo, or formatting within double quotes, combining that with this our texts. One way is to direct the output, another way is to format it with strings. So here we have direct usage. There we have a text1, text2, x and y with different values. Echo first, just combining text1 within the h2 or the header 2. The another is combining text2 with br or with a space, and the another is doing calculations on variables. Echo can do calculations as we said on previous lessons also. So there's doing an arithmetic calculations of addition, and there is combining variables with texts. You can use this way. So the next one is the PHP print statement. One more thing in here, and if you are using echo with double quotations, you don't need to combine this one. You don't need to combine this one as this doing the with dot notation. This is called dot notation. So in here you can do directly. How? I have a variable of txt1, but this works only in double quotation. If you are using double quotation with echo, not single quotations. Single quotation can't do calculations or format strings, but double quotation can do this. I have a text, and this text is hello, or let me put this PHP fun. PHP is fun. And instead of using that in this text in here, I can directly use the variable. Directly use the variable txt. It won't generate any error. Why? Because double quotations in echo formats text, and you can do calculations here. You can do calculations here. If you refresh this one, now I'm about to learn PHP, or PHP is fun without an error. But if we are in single quotations, it will print anything it's in here. It will not generate or compile it variables. Why? Because it doesn't support formattings. Now it will print txt. It will print txt only. Why txt only? Because it doesn't generate or formats our string. It doesn't formats our string. But if you are in double quotations, you can format your string. And another way, here we have used the dot notation to combine. If you are using single quotation, then you can use the dot notations. Let's do it again. If you are using a single quotation, you can combine this one. You can combine this with your strings. So this string is another, this string is another, and our variable is combine it, concatenate it in here. And PLSQL we are learning about this one. This was the variable or the operator to combine or concatenate text. But in PHP, we have dot. In other language, we have plus. In other language, we have plus for combining. But in PHP, we have dot for concatenation of text. Let me refresh this one now. PHP is fine without any error. I have used single quotations and just I combined the text. I just combined the text inside this one. So, any points in this one? And also do your calculations as this examples as inside the double quotations or without any quotations. Directly concatenate the directly do calculations, arithmetic calculations, logical calculations, or comparison calculations on echo statements. So the next is the print statement. The print statement can be used with or without parentheses. The same way, with or without parentheses, as we did echo. This is not required. The parentheses, not required. You can use with or without parentheses. With parentheses or without parentheses. For displaying text, you can use instead of echo, print. Instead of echo, we can use print. But the difference is that print is a bit slower than echo. And in echo, we can have multiple parameters or multiple values and we can separate them with commas. But in print, we don't have. In print, we don't have this. Other users are the same. Other users are the same. You can use the same way. Any points on this? So today we spoke about PHP echo and print statements, and generally we use these two for getting output. And difference was the print is a bit slower than echo, and echo accepts multiple parameters while print doesn't accept multiple parameters.